Good morning, and it's my day in court today. This is the day that I take on the local council. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens in a magistrate's court now. As a young journalist, I used to cover the Magistrates' Court, or courts for that matter, and fairly familiar with what went on. But times have changed, and issues have changed, and the way things are done are changed. So I'm afraid that it is fresh ground for me, so I'm going to walk into the unknown. But that's perhaps the exciting thing about challenging authority, and they need challenging at the moment. There's no question that the local council is in chaos, and much as the people at the top deny it through their customer first. I'm sorry, every time I just say it, it just makes me howl with laughter. Customer first. It's the only thing that isn't first is the customer with the council. But it's in the upper echelons that they refuse to accept that anything is wrong, apparently, and the fact that morale is low, people are leaving, that they're not delivering the goods, that seems to have escaped them. And I was lucky enough to sit and chat to a very senior journalist yesterday, a friend of mine, and a man I respect, and we were chatting about the whole of the political establishment, and they are living in a bubble at the moment. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about Westminster or whether you're talking about the council here, is that what happens to ordinary people seems to be beyond them, and unless they actually start to reconnect, I think that they're going to find themselves in political trouble. The trouble is that at the moment, never mind, I'm not talking about any political ideology or beliefs or whatever, left, right, centre or anything else, all the parties seem to be in complete and utter turmoil. They're so busy fighting amongst themselves and getting themselves sorted for the things that they think are right, is that they've lost touch with the local people or the voters, and that's up and down the country. They just don't seem to know what's going on. And when Ken Clarke recently stood up and when it was to talk about the Brexit vote, and I don't want to get into that issue, but when he stood up in the House of Commons and said, we're here and we rather know better than the average person out there what's going on, that's rubbish. They do not, and they don't know what's driving our thoughts and what's driving us. And I hope that at least I'll be able to make a statement to the magistrates this morning, but if I can't, then I can do it afterwards and I can report what goes on, because if anybody else, and it's likely that other people will be hauled into court by customer first, at least I can say what to expect and how you go about it. I asked the court, I was told that the court were very helpful, and in many instances in the past they have been. I actually asked the court what I could do and what I couldn't do, and I haven't had a reply, which is a bit disappointing, because I know that the legal profession are rather proud that the court service is helpful, and on this occasion they haven't been. But perhaps I asked the wrong questions. I'm not going to say that they got it all wrong or they didn't be helpful. I'd probably just ask them things which they considered perhaps to be legal questions, and they're not in the business of actually answering and telling me or anybody else for that matter what legally we should do. I'm just glancing down because I've got a stopwatch going just to make sure that I don't bore you all to tears over 5 minutes. I will actually report back tomorrow on my experience. I'm ready to think that I might get a bashing, not only from the council but from the magistrate. But I don't think I'm wasting the court's time, because from my perspective, from a journalist perspective, we need to challenge the authority, not challenge authority as such. Respect authority, but to challenge whether authority is actually abusing its role, or whether in fact it's serving the people. And at the moment my view is that it's not, but it's got a chance to defend itself, and I will accept whatever the court rules and whatever they say in court, unless they don't change their tune, in which case we're just going to have to keep on about it and see where it takes us. So that's my day, and I hope that it's going to be a blazing hot day today, and I'm going to spend it in court in the middle of the day, and I'm sure the magistrate's not going to be very happy about it either. I'm sure he would rather either be in the pub or down on the beach. It will be interesting to see. Anyway, that's it. I have applied to have a camera in there. No, I haven't got a reply on that, so I'll take it and let's see whether they actually confiscate it. But there we are, 4:58, and I'm on the way, so I'll talk to you tomorrow. Toodle pip.
Ha 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 ha!